Hey everybody, this is Corey with Stafford's EDC, and today we're taking a look at the Bridgeport Knives 1827 FL. So this is from Bridgeport Knife Co. Their other models were around a while ago, and I can't remember the name of those for my life. Let me just tell you really quick. It looks like they have a one coming soon called the Bodhi LL, and then there was the 395. That was the one that everyone kind of really liked, as well as the version 2 that had a thumb hole and a thumb stud. But this, of course, is a different model. These were pre-ordered by the looks of it, is what I'm seeing on the website here, and they have all shipped at this point. But there may be more on the website, is what it says. So if you want these, sign up for the email list on the Bridgeport Knife website, which is bgptknife.com. With that being said, let's go through some specs here. You're looking at a titanium frame lock, which has a rough stone washed finish, and it looks like they also, and that is on the blade as well. Looks like they also offered a black washed blade. You have a hollow grind on 20 CV here, with a blade stock thickness of 3 millimeters, which I do believe is 1/8 of an inch, and an overall length here of 7.5 inches with a 3.3 inch blade, which is lovely to see. Under 8 inches overall, and a 3.5 inch blade, or sorry, a 3.3 inch blade is wonderful. You have a milled pocket clip here, and the OEM is Kubi. So these are Chinese made. The company Bridgeport Knives is I believe just one guy doing these designs. I don't know him personally. I know that Kevin over at Lefty EDC has spoken with him before, and that's how I assume we got a hold of these for pass around purposes. So yeah, let's talk about this. And God, when I do this, it's like it almost disappears into the desk at a certain angle, from at least what I'm looking at on my screen. This gray is very uniform and very nice across the board. It just has some slightly darker colors here with your hardware, and I would hesitate to call it black. It's like a dark gray color almost, and everything matches really nicely on this guy. So cutting performance wise, you have a hollow grind on here, which this is very tall, so it's tough to show off near the camera, but hopefully you can tell just how much that thins out with that hollow grind. So it's just nice and slicey. 1/8 of an inch, or that 3 millimeter blade stock, is not atypical for an everyday carry type of knife. So this works just fine. That hollow grind takes up the majority of the blade, so you get nice and thin and slicey down at the bottom. The frame lock is done really well. It has no real sharp edges, just at the corner of that lock bar, which you're really never going to catch on that lock bar insert. So nothing to really worry about there. And the action is really good too. This is on bearings. It's a little bit tight after you get it to drop. You can see that there. Like, it's smooth, but it's just tight. So I've found myself either using a little wrist to get this closed, or just closing it with my pointer finger. Just saw there, this is also a front flipper as well as a hole opening, of course. And those are going to be your only 2 methods of deployment. 3 if you want to count reverse flicking and thumb flicking as different things, but I'm just saying the hole and the flipper are your 2 methods of deployment. Ergonomically speaking, for my large size hands, this works both in the bottom position here, though it tends to be a little bit tight for me, so I found myself choking up here, running with a saber grip most of the time. Never really had a need for a hammer grip, but it's pretty comfy there as well. One of my favorite features about this knife that I just noticed after I kind of was done carrying it, and I don't know if I'm even going to be able to show it off. Yeah, you can see it there. There's a beautiful texture to this backspacer, and you can just feel it, and it's just grippy enough that it makes a difference in keeping yourself locked in on this knife. And I just kept feeling it when the knife was in my pocket and on the table. It's just this really nice micro milled texture on there. Which is done really well and feels fantastic. There's some micro milling along the edges as well, which you do feel in addition to on the backspacer there. And the clip, of course, has those as well. Really nice feeling overall. You don't really notice it on the clip, of course, because it's in this direction, which is an odd way to be feeling a knife. But you really notice the ones on the chamfers and as well as on the backspacer. And it's a really nice touch to an overall really good knife. The cutting performance, like I said, is pretty good on this guy, and the ergos are good. The detent was great, and the action, though a little tight, was good as well. So this is one that I've been a fan of, and I'm really happy I got to check out. And I hope you guys let me know what you think about it down below. This was a lot of fun to use. This had no issue cutting through some heavier duty things. I cut some flower stems. It was my fiance's birthday the other day, so I went straight through the whole bundle of flowers from the grocery store. This had no problem really kind of bearing down and pushing through it. No problem at all. Nice and comfortable during that time. So yeah, this has been a good one here from Bridgeport, the 1827 FL. Let me know what you guys think about this guy down below. What you've heard is everything I've read off the website and all of my personal knowledge about it. So if you have anything to share about it, even if it's just your thoughts and opinions down below, please do. And with that, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks, and take care.